Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are continuing on the Get the Jetta Through inspection project. With that, we're going to be replacing these old rusty fenders with a pair of new eBay specials. So let's go ahead and get started. So unfortunately for me, I forgot Volkswagen does this and they use these little star bits for everything. Let's see if we can get that in focus. And the unfortunate part is this is the only tool that I have that has the right size star on it. I don't have any sockets in that size, so I'm going to see if I can't get these off with this multi-tool. And fingers crossed. Okay, a shock to nobody is that my little green tool there isn't going to cut it for this job. So I had to go to the hardware store and buy a set with a T30 in it because they didn't have just a T30 so that I could get to this bolt in the door. There's also another bolt lower down just behind this rubber grommet here that I had to take out. I just did that off camera. Now that we've done that, I think we need to jack the car up and get that tire off so we can start to pull out the fender liner. I know this isn't an ideal configuration, but I'm going to leave it on the jack. And I have a jack stand under there just in case the jack loses pressure or something. Because I'm not going to be under here for too long. I'm just going to pull this wheel off and stuff it underneath and look at that fender liner. Alright, so try not to let the tire fall down on you like that. And I also like to just stick it underneath the suspension there as an added layer of support in case the jack and the jack stand tend to fail, but we now are able to get access to these pretty easy. And these screws up front in here. So let's get set up for that. Alright, that last screw was a little difficult. Basically, it was just totally mush back there, so I had to get some pliers in there and hold on to the back of the nut that it was screwing onto. But you can see here, we have a little bit more damage to take care of. That's not great, so I'm going to be fixing that up too at some point when I do the other rockers. So let's see, I think this fender should come off now. Let's see if it'll come off. And we'll go from there. Squirrels like to make nests in this car, apparently. But now we got the fender liner out, and we can see up in here there's a couple more bolts we got to take out to disconnect the bumper from the fender. That fender off, but look at how packed in all of these frickin' squirrel acorns and mud and junk is all the way down into that rocker. That's insane. Alright, I just had to pop the bumper out to get to these last two bolts in here. Those are a couple of T20s. that should be everything holding the fender on. Let's see if we can pull it off. Nope, definitely still something holding on. Alright, I had to do a little bit of excavating here. As you can see, I dug a little tunnel. After looking at the new fenders, I realized there's 2 more bolts in here that I have to get out. So let me try and get them out. Alright, let's try and remove this fender now if those lower bolts have been removed. Alright, it's off. There was like 2 plastic nuts or something. I don't know what they went to, but I pulled them off and the fender came out. So let's fit up the new one and see how it looks. Yeah, that actually looks okay. Panel gaps aren't horrible. I mean, this is literally just a super dry fit. I haven't even bolted anything, obviously, but once I tighten that up, those should look all right. I am going to do a little bit of rust work before I put this fender on, since it's going to be sitting right on top of this. I want to clean all that up before I bolt this fender down, so I'm going to sand it down to bare metal. And then I'm going to hit it with some rust inhibiting primer, and then we can bolt the fender on. Alright, this has been drying for about 15 minutes now. I'm going to hit it with a heat gun there at the end just to speed things up a little bit. So I think we're ready to start putting the new fender on. Check this out, guys. This is all the dirt and sticks and pine needles and acorns that were up behind that one fender. I just finished sweeping it all up. It's got to be, I don't know, 2-3 pounds. It's pretty heavy. No wonder there's so much rusting going on in this car. All this moisture just being held up against the paint like that. I'm gonna throw this off in the woods.